live?
We are live.
What a shitty day.
You told me about it.
Yeah.
It's pretty shitty.
Yeah. Just, you can, I'm assuming that if you're listening, or even if you're watching, it's very easy to tell in my voice that I am defeated today. But, you know, some days you gotta push through, and you just gotta figure it out. So let's just do a little checklist. Let's just run down this day.
Okay.
You ready? So, wake up at 4:30 in the morning. So I know I got a long day. Because I knew this was going to be a bad day.
Yeah.
Wake up at 4:30 in the morning. And I go do legs. That's my least favorite workout. So let's just throw my least favorite workout on top of the least favorite day. So I do legs for about 90 minutes. Destroy them again. And then I go into work. And when I get to work, as soon as I get there, loads are falling off. Truck drivers falling off loads. We're overpaying on loads. We're losing money on loads. We can't get drivers to stay on a load. We're showing up late to pickups and deliveries. Just a terrible day. The customers are yelling at us. The truck drivers are yelling at us. We're yelling at them. Phones don't stop ringing. Just a bad day. So then I leave about 11:30. Run home and get ready, and we go to the funeral home. My cousin Chad Skinner passed away unexpectedly on Monday at the young age of 47. So we went to the funeral home to celebrate his life, and that was at between like 11 and 1. The funeral was at 2. And then we went to the gravesite, and we did that. And then we went back to my Aunt Diane's house for the celebration of his life with all the family and eating the food and just trying to, share good memories and keep some positive vibes. So that lasts till about 5, 6 o'clock. Then I had to go pick up my tux because I got a wedding this weekend. On top of everything that I've got to leave for tomorrow. And now all I'm doing is just ringing the bills up in my head as I'm doing all this. Like, it's just like a ting, ting, ting. Like, that's just all that's going off in my head, like a cash register. So, I had to go pick up my tux. And then, Bailey, who's getting married this weekend, if you don't know, one of my best friends from college, Bailey Dewart, soon to be Bailey Buchanan, which I guess already is Bailey Buchanan because they actually got married earlier this year. They're just actually having their wedding now. Anyways, wedding this weekend. Her little nephew gets sick. So what happens? You got to call the audible. You got to call on the little man. Marcus going to be the ring bearer.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so guess what that means? How do you give him a tux? Another $250. For a tux that he's literally going to outgrow in 4 months.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's going to be cute as shit. It's going to make for some fantastic pictures.
I was the ring bearer once.
Yeah.
When I was, I think 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It's the cutest little thing ever.
It's your peak cute.
Oh, yeah.
You don't
100%.
get any cuter than being the ring bearer in a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially if, your suit is kind of fitted. Like, it looks good on him.
Oh, yeah.
Another thing, Men's Warehouse. Get your shit together. Men's Warehouse sucks.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
So I've been in a few weddings with some of my friends since college or whatever. And everything there has been okay so far.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe sometimes the undershirt sucks.
Yes.
But you're wearing your jacket or you got a vest, or whatever it might be, kind of covers it up. Well, I go get fitted a few weeks ago, and the girl that does it just zip, 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 like does it all fast, right? It's like, how good are you at your job to be able to do that fast? Remember the measurements, then go write them down. Like, I just don't trust that. Anyways, so I'm trying this stuff on today as I get it, and the pants fit, the undershirt sucks. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if it's my neck size that's the issue. I don't know if I have a fat guy's neck. I don't know.
It's possible.
And that's what they tried to explain to me, that the cut of the tuxedo that Bailey ordered is a boxier cut, right?
Yeah.
So if you have wide shoulders, you are going to have a wide waist
Yeah.
in the jacket. Well, I'm a slim fit guy, okay? All right? And I don't understand, and they're like, oh, yeah, it's probably going to look like that because you have wide shoulders and a slim waist. And I was like, oh, great. Well, I'm going to be the only jackwagon up there looking like this because everybody else might not necessarily have that issue. You know what I'm saying? So it makes me look like a bum, and I hate looking sloppy. So Men's Warehouse, do better. Be able to fix my shit when I get there. T is pissed, and when T is pissed, I'm pissed. All right? That's how that works. So then, we end up getting home, and Ethan texts me. He's like, hey, you coming to do the show tonight? And I was like, yeah, I think so. I'll be there in a minute. So then, get on the interstate, and I get off at the Eastridge exit. I'm passing the Eastridge exit, right? So I'm almost here. Not to mention, 25-minute trip for me to do this every Thursday for you people, just to let you know. There to and from, 50 minutes total, just to let you know. Almost here. Tia texts me, hey, I'm going to a birthday dinner tonight with one of my friends. Left my keys in your car. Can you come back? Yeah, sure, no problem. Turn around, head back home. I'm like 5 minutes from home. She calls me again. Hey, I got a spare key. Oh, it doesn't work. Never mind. So then I take the key to her, and then I drive back over here. And here we are. I am
finally
defeated this Thursday evening. I don't know what episode this is. I don't know what day this is. I don't know what time it is.
I think that's just 2020.
Oh,
I
man.
lost track of literally everything. But it is 41, by the way.
Is episode 41?
I believe so.
Man, so by the time the election gets here, we're gonna be on like episode 46. This will be it could be the 46th president
reelected. Oof.
Oh man.
When is election day this year?
Well,
it's like a Wednesday or something.
It's a November 3rd. However, it might be December.
Yeah, let's be honest here. It's a Tuesday that week.
It's a Tuesday.
Oh my God.
So do we have another debate next week?
No, they've canceled all of them because Biden doesn't want to do them. Well, technically, the commission doesn't want to do them because Trump had COVID.
Yeah, I saw.
Even though he beat it.
I saw they wanted to go virtual, even though it doesn't make sense. I mean, I get it, but also I don't get it because due to the CDC guidelines, which is what we follow.
Yeah.
After 14 days, as long as you are not testing positive, you're good, right?
Exactly.
That's how that works.
Oh, are you afraid that Biden's gonna catch it and something happens to him?
Yeah.
Is he frail? Is he a sleepy, creepy Joe?
You know,
who knows?
I don't know. I mean, so they want to do the virtual one, so he's just going to do rallies, I guess. His past two rallies have been fire. I've watched both of them.
He's doing some good stuff, leading right up to the election.
So something I didn't know. I didn't know people could attend Joe Biden's rallies.
Evidently nobody else knows that because nobody does.
How hilarious! How hilarious is that? Like, you can go.
You can go. You can be there.
There's like a couple people there.
Don't worry about getting COVID. Nobody's going. So, there's no worry there.
At his rallies, you can hear Trump fans across the street in the background blowing horns at him.
It's sad. It's really, really sad. And that's why it also frustrates me because there is the possibility that Democrats just don't want to go out. They're afraid of COVID still for some reason, and they're just not going out and rallying. That's fine. I can accept that as possibility number one. Or possibility number two. Joe Biden doesn't have any supporters.
Okay, so that's kind of where I was about to lead this conversation. So you got all these polls. I think we've mentioned this before. Who does a poll? Have you? And Rogan touched on this podcast today. Who does polls?
Nobody.
Like, who is getting polled?
supposedly everybody. I've never been asked.
Yeah, I mean,
And, and I'm going to be honest with you. If you asked me, who are you voting for? If Gunner asked me, I would say, are you dumb? I've told you, Trump.
Yeah.
If Sting and Chris asked me, Trump. Any of my coworkers, Trump. But a random person calling me saying, hey, I got your number via this, this, and this. I know your location. Who would you like to vote for this year? I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You're going to put me on a list, and if Joe Biden wins, you're going to come after me. Can't trust you.
Yeah, man. I don't understand where they're getting these numbers.
I don't either.
And then you look at, I think it's like 3 of the top 4 models that have predicted like every election of like for the past 20 years or something. Like
that were wrong in 2016?
No, that were right. These were right about Trump in 2016.
There weren't a lot of them.
There weren't a lot. That's what I'm saying. Is like 3 of the top 4 were right though.
Yeah.
Like of these like underground.
Yeah, not the ones that you probably hear on like CNN
Not
or
the
even
main-
Fox.
Yeah, not
like
the,
they're the ones that actually do work.
Yeah, these are the guys that are. I wish I had them like on top of my head.
I think Rasmussen is one of them.
It's one of them's called the. Oh my God! It's gonna drive me crazy. It's Votestradamus.
Yes.
Okay, so that's one of them. He predicted it actually 100% correct. Like he was the only one to do that.
Yeah.
And he has Trump winning pretty big. Like those guys have Trump winning pretty big. I mean, like I'm pretty sure like the only states they have Biden winning is California, Washington, Oregon, Colorado, Illinois, and then like a majority of the northeastern states.
Yeah.
And Washington, and Virginia.
Yeah. So I was talking about this with Chris yesterday. The people he's talked to, both in New York, California, Washington, we this year have more of a chance to see California flip than any other year. It's going to be crazy if it does. Could you imagine? California just flips and Joe Biden just... I think if California flips to red, it's pretty much a shoo-in for Trump because that is so many electoral votes.
It's 55?
Yeah, it's something like that. That's like out of the 300, I think he had 310 last time. 50 of them on top of that?
Dude, those predictions are having Trump at like 370, 360, 350. I mean,
it's crazy.
Pretty one-sided.
But I firmly believe that like if anything, we're going to see more voter turnout this year than anything, which is always a good thing. Even if you're voting Democrat, I'd rather you vote than not.
Right.
And I think that's very interesting because, again, Trump has such a rabid base. We're not rabid base, Trump.
No.
We're just like, oh, we like Trump for his policies at the very least. And he's freaking funny.
He's entertaining.
Yeah, and I think Chris said last night he has a 95% approval rating for his base.
Yeah.
That's bigger than any other incumbent president. How about that?
Yeah.
So in 2012 and would have been 2004, both Bush and Obama didn't have nearly as much approval rating from their base. At least the people that voted for him the first time.
Right.
So the fact that Trump has that many people still going strong into his 4 years, and how many people that I have heard about that have flipped in the last 4 years just because the left is going crazy.
Yep.
This could, I mean, this is a historical year no matter what. It's a crazy year. We'll all remember it if we all live that long.
Yeah.
But I think this election is going to be huge because if things go a good way and we don't get the end of the world, the entire the whole country will shift on a base level. Because if California flips, if any blue state flips because that many Trump supporters come out and vote, or that many blue votes get denied because people are dumb and are doing dumb shit with their mail-in ballots, if that many people, if those states flip and we get a Trump landslide, you best believe it will be 4 years of me just saying, "Fuck you." And I know we try not to curse on this show, but like, just think of all those liberal people, not like the nice ones, not like the ones that are just like,
No,
I hate Trump.
the loud ones.
The loud ones. Think of all those people that call you racist, homophobic, a bigot, insensitive. All those people. You can just raise a middle finger to them because they lost a second time.
Yeah. I haven't thought about California flipping.
Is that what you've been on this entire time?
Yeah.
It's so possible. And it'd be huge. That's 100-point difference.
Yeah.
Alone.
I mean, so put it this way. If California flipped, Biden might not get 100 votes.
He wouldn't. He may break 100, but that's still that's a huge blow.
Because he's going to get New York.
And that's the thing too. Everywhere other than New York City it's just like California. It's all red. I would say it's all red. It's majority red because
Yeah.
it's just people like we know in the middle of nowhere, Georgia.
Yeah, I guess it could flip.
And Chattanooga.
What if New York, Cali?
I don't think you could get Washington at this point or Oregon, just because maybe Colorado, just because those 3 states feel like, I don't know, they're too small to flip like California or New York would, because those 2 states are huge just in general
Yeah.
in their populations. But Washington, Colorado, Oregon, they're small enough that the big cities will always take over.
Right.
Like that, you can't really help that. And you could say the same thing about New York and LA and California, but I think, I don't know. I don't know.
Here's where it's going to. How many Democrats really, and how many like, middle of the road moderates, how many of these people have enjoyed being on lockdown for the majority of 2020?
Even my friends, like again, the American whites, even they are actually like, I actually got to have dinner with one of the couples in that group,
Yeah.
and I was just like, "Here, you guys actually want to go get dinner?" And they're like, "Yeah, we just want out." They've been working this entire time. One of them got laid off, but they've been working. They haven't left and done anything fun this
Right.
entire year, and they're both just like, "We just want to go. We just want to go out and eat." And I'm just like, "Then do it. Don't hole yourself up just because you think you're gonna get COVID. There's plenty of ways not to get COVID,
Yeah.
and even if you two get it, you have no family that is immunocompromised that you see every day."
Listen, if someone was not going to get COVID, it was going to be President Trump.
Yeah,
The most protected man
in the world.
Yeah, well, in the country, in the world. If
And he
someone was,
got it.
yeah, and he's old. Like if somebody was not going to get it, it was going to be him.
Someone who's not going to get it, and then if they got it, that was on the right side of getting it and
Yeah.
dying, it would have been Trump. Gotta be honest with you.
And look, they say he was sick. I think Trump had maybe had a fever, maybe wasn't feeling good. Maybe, I don't know. I'm
He had an
speculating.
upset stomach.
But like everyone else in his little group that got it hasn't even had symptoms. It's just
I'm looking at this electoral college map, and it's saying Biden's gonna win 352 to 186. I just don't believe that. I really don't.
well, they say he's gonna win Florida, North Carolina, Georgia.
Well, I don't know how they're getting the 210 like hard blue number electoral colleges. votes,
Does
but,
that
like,
one have him winning New Mexico, Arizona?
No, it doesn't. Biden wins it. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Biden winning.
it's just very interesting.
Yeah, it's a very.
So looking at this map, hold on, let me go back. So California's 55, New York is 29. part of me just thinks one of those flips and we just see chaos.
What's the rest of the Northeastern? It's like 4, 5, 6.
New Jersey's 14. Maryland is 10. That's something else that's in play. Isn't Washington, D.C. in play?
No.
They're not?
Not yet. They're trying to make
it. They're trying to make it.
So if they pack the Supreme Court, they're trying to get people in there to make D.C. a state and to bring Puerto Rico into being a state.
Okay, so looking at the 2016 Electoral College map, Trump only won 279 to 218. That's not as big of a margin as I thought it was. But I mean, he didn't get Colorado. Obviously, we knew that. Didn't get New Mexico. Is New Mexico pretty liberal? Never thought about it like that.
I think thought he was going to get New Mexico.
I think so. And New Mexico's 5, which fair. Nevada is a blue state, evidently. Kind of makes sense, I guess, now that I think about it. But yeah, I mean, you look at these maps.
But they shut down Vegas.
They shut down Vegas.
That
was a mistake.
Bro, they shut down L.A., Vegas, and New York City. Okay? These people are not happy.
No.
How many businesses were lost? And Nancy Pelosi doesn't want to approve
the stimulus?
The stimulus.
Okay, let's get on that
because
real quick.
she wants her agenda.
So, let me tell you something about Trump that I never thought I'd see being 23 years old in Trump's America. I never thought I'd ever see a Republican, let alone Trump, say, let's put something in for student debt relief. He freaking put in that new stimulus that she already shot down, $2.5 billion in student debt relief. I don't need it. My student debt is like $1,200 right now.
Right.
And I haven't paid it because Trump said, you don't have to pay it. It's fine. COVID. We don't care. But, like, of all things, Nancy Pelosi has shown me is that she absolutely doesn't care. She just wants to win. It's not about doing what's good for the people, for her base, for anybody. It's just she doesn't want it to be Trump's stimulus plan, so she's not going to say yes to anything.
Yeah.
And that's so indicative. And I feel like if we have any California voters, probably not, listening, if you see that, and if you see that woman, that 80-something-year-old woman, that crotchety old lady, and you don't think, is she really doing what's best for me? Especially looking at the district that she came from and the cities in California that she represents. The Chattanooga's liberal, but I hope I never see Chattanooga that bad. I don't think it ever will.
Yeah, I didn't realize Chattanooga was so liberal.
Chattanooga, the city itself is.
Right,
sure.
that's what I'm saying.
And that's fair. Like, it's a big city. But you look at San Francisco, you look at San Diego, you look at L.A., I can just tell you one thing that I'd never want to see in Chattanooga. Shit on the streets.
Yes.
Like
San Francisco?
You literally... Nancy Pelosi's...
There's an app for that.
There is an app for that.
There's a human feces app.
Yeah.
In San Francisco.
So you can let them know because they have a...
Scooper.
Yeah, they have pooper scoopers. That's a job. It shouldn't be a job in 2020.
Yeah.
Not in America. No offense anywhere else. But in America, we have a part of the government that we pay with our tax dollars to clean shit off the streets.
Yep.
There's a problem.
That's
and
right.
Somebody needs to fix it.
In a democratic city.
Yeah. And I'm sure, I mean, shoot, I went to LA, or not LA, I went to Atlanta once, and I saw some, let's just say, people of the night and people that don't go anywhere to sleep. How about that? Let's put it in nice words. And I'm pretty sure I saw one of them just take a dump on the street. And I remember specifically, then the guy got pulled up his pants and he had a chicken wing or a chicken leg, like a drumstick, in his hand, and he just took a bite out of it and threw it behind him. I was like, okay, this is an entirely different
wild.
city. This is an entirely different city than I'm used to. Maybe I don't like big cities.
Yeah.
That's what taught me.
Well, when the sun goes down, you gotta be careful where you're at.
Oh yeah,
You know?
It's
It's when the werewolves come out and the pooper scoopers.
and the pooper scoopers, because they have to. It's just, I can't believe, again, going back to it just to hammer it home, student debt relief from a Republican. Now there are plenty of Republicans that support it, and fair enough. Student debt is a crazy thing. It's kind of frustrating when you actually like sit down and think about it.
Oh yeah.
How much people end up paying. I mean, heck, James is he doesn't listen to the show. $100,000 in debt.
No. What's his degree?
Like business marketing.
Get out of here, bro.
I know, right?
Get,
Not to shit on him, but like, come on.
get out of.
Just
No,
be
it's just a bad situation. Like, did he go to a private school?
I don't even know. I don't even know what school he went to. I do know.
He had to go to like a smaller private school or an out of state.
It was in Tennessee, I think. I mean, hell, he went and played lacrosse.
Because he played at a private school in high school, I think.
I think so.
So he probably went to like one of those smaller private
Some
schools.
stupid school.
It's literally just a money pit.
Here's a question. How much did you pay for your college?
Nothing.
Exactly. I paid very little. One, because I'm already poor, so thank God Georgia gives me a little bit of money.
Yeah.
But I also didn't go to a school outside my reach. I didn't go off and stay at the school. I stayed home. I went, and then as soon as I realized that school didn't have what the classes that I needed to actually get the degree that I wanted, I was like, no, I'm not going to go.
So I got asked this question a lot in high school. Why don't you want to party? Why don't you want to go do this? Why do you only do this? Why do you only focus on sports and working out and doing this? Well, got my college paid for.
Yeah.
And wasn't really in debt coming out.
Yeah.
So there's that.
That's crazy. What
Yeah.
did you go for? I didn't even know that.
Exercise science.
Fair enough.
And I got a minor in psychology.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you remember any of the psychology bit?
No, I've probably learned more psychology
Outside of it?
outside of school. And
From Joe Rogan.
yeah. Now as far as I started out in business finance.
Fair enough.
And then
I can see
just
that.
didn't like the numbers that go with business finance in classes doesn't like relate to the real world.
No.
So I don't understand what you're supposed to like. Only the real business classes I think you take in a master's program. Like the rest of it's just bullshit school.
Yeah.
And I'm just not like I wasn't a good school guy. Like I
See,
just didn't.
I'm super into school. I don't like it, but I'm smart enough that it's just easy, and that's more of the reason why I don't like school, not just because I'm a thug, but like and maybe this is the lazy part in me. It was just like, what can I go for that I actually into that will make me the most amount of money? And that was a bachelor's degree in video editing, TV and film.
Right.
If I had a college degree, like the projections were like $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
That's totally fine with me. And it's only a bachelor's degree, and it's one of the highest paying bachelor's degrees you can get.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, I'll go for it. But then I looked at schools, and Dalton State doesn't offer a film and TV program. It probably does now.
Right.
It's been 5 years since I went, but I wasn't going to pay tuition for anywhere else.
Yeah.
I was going to go to Georgia Southern, but then I looked at the bill, and I was just like, big yikes.
Georgia Southern's party school.
It is a party school. And I even at Dalton State, I partied a little bit. I didn't party a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not my thing. Just don't care. I mean, again, partied a little bit. Got that out of my system pretty early.
Yeah, me too.
And that's why I went after I, got out of college, out of that 1 year college. I was just like, I mean, I could just party. I moved out. Could have just done anything I wanted. Didn't. Just
Right.
worked.
Yeah, so
And here we are now.
You got to think, like for me going to school and college, if I wouldn't have had football, I probably wouldn't have went to college. Like what I do now, I didn't need a college degree.
Exactly. And that's what's frustrating
Yeah.
because even my friends that went through college, one of them got an English degree because she actually wants to be like a teacher or
Right.
write a book or an editor, something like that. And that makes sense to get a college degree.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But she hasn't really used her degree since graduating.
Well, if your degree translates to a raise or an increase in pay at whatever job you do get, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But just to get a degree to have a degree doesn't.
No.
Because there's too many options out there.
Exactly. And she's the one that got laid off, and she just got a new job that's nowhere near what what her degree is. It's actually more probably business finance at this point.
Right.
And she's gonna be making like 18 an hour,
Yeah.
and that's only the part-time
Right.
hours.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, did you need a degree? No. Would you have gotten here if you hadn't gotten a degree and then COVID hit? Probably not. Like, she would have gone off and done something else. So, life works weird.
So
But,
I'm pretty sure the average salary, like this is the same salary as it was like in the 90s. Like the average salary for like a person between the ages of like, I think it was like 25 and 34 was like $34,000.
Yeah.
You know? So let's just put this, James, using you as an example. Let's put this on James. So you get $110,000 in debt coming out of school, which is like a medical school. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would take him 4 years to pay that off
Without interest.
without interest. Okay, 4 years to pay that off without doing anything else in your life.
Exactly.
So now how much are you living? Most likely, just using James, not saying James is an idiot, but say James is probably an idiot right here. So James is probably spending $36,000 a year instead of $34,000 a year because he's a typical American and he's living out of his means.
Yeah.
So how do these people get out of debt? Oh, they don't get out of debt.
That's
And
the
what's
trap.
the one debt you can't get away from? Student loans.
Yep.
The only one.
But that's the other thing. It's like, I mean, yeah, if you bankrupt, you don't remove that student debt. But it's also like, to be fair, what are they gonna do? Like, if you don't pay, they're just gonna fine you.
So they would send it to collections, and then you would just have, and so like the collections people would just buy it like pennies on the dollar.
Exactly.
And then they would just hound you and hound you and hound you, and then eventually they could garnish your paychecks.
That's all they can do, though. There's no capital behind it.
Right.
Like with a car on a loan, they can just take the car.
Yeah.
With a house, they just take the house.
But I mean, if they're garnishing your paychecks and taking half your pay every.
Yeah. Thanks for
Week.
taking the money I don't already have
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
It's again, I could probably go on a long diatribe about student loans.
Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous. I know a bunch of people that are in trouble with it, man.
But hey, you didn't have to pay all year. If you have been, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm hoping Trump wins here in November, and I just don't see it happening any other way. All these polls are trying. It's like 2016 all over again.
Exactly. But here's the key. I firmly believe Trump will win, just because of how many people I've talked to, heard about. All these people have lost faith in the left and have seen what has been going on all year and just been like, that's not my party anymore.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people did last time with Trump. They were like, Trump got the nomination? That's not my party. And they left. And that's fair. But he still won.
Yeah.
And a lot of those people have come back. Not crawling, but they've come back.
Yeah, because his
Just been
policies
like, wow,
are all right.
okay. He's not as bad as we all thought. Still don't agree with him. Still don't like the person that he is. And that's entirely fair. But there's nothing stopping him from winning at this point.
Right.
Because he's got a 95% approval rating with his base. And if all the people that voted for him last time vote for him again, he's gonna win. And that doesn't take into account the 40, or all these people that have switched over in the 4 years since that election.
Well, he did lose the
Popular vote.
Yeah, the popular vote.
I almost think not going to lose the popular vote this time, just because of Joe Biden.
So
If
here's
there's anybody else.
okay. So what if he wins the popular vote and loses the electoral vote?
I don't think that'll happen. What's nice about the Electoral College is that you can win that without winning the popular vote, but it's less likely to win the popular vote, especially with like in Trump's case, because obviously Hillary lost the popular vote but lost the Electoral College.
Right.
But with this set of circumstances, I think it's almost impossible for him to do that, just because of California and New York and all those people.
But like you know how he made it such a big deal that he won, like he never talked about losing really the popular vote.
No, because why would you?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We live in a representative democracy, and those representatives in the Electoral College are as important as the senators and the representatives in the House that we have. So, I don't know. But I just don't see it happening. But what I was actually trying to get at, the big deal is how much of a win is it? That's where things get dicey. Because if he just wins, kind of like he did last time, America will not last because of how much of a powder keg it is right now. Something bad will happen. People will riot in the streets.
Yeah.
And I just don't trust that. It needs, if there's a God above, and I believe there is,
A deity.
there has to be a Trump landslide, or a landslide in any direction, because otherwise it's going to be contested. People are going to be upset, and people are going to riot. I think people are going to riot no matter how things turn out if Joe wins. But if Trump wins, and it's an absolute landslide, we will have riots, because obviously we're going to.
Yeah.
But there won't be like the fervor behind it on both sides.
Right.
Because people on the right will say, "Oh, we won, and we won really big," and they're just going to
Really
huge. It was a
really
huge
big.
win.
Listen, we won so bad. I spanked him on his little bottom.
I spaked about his little bottom, and he smelled my hair while I did it.
That's right. Sleepy Joe fell
Sleepy,
asleep during the
creamy Joe.
election.
He probably went to bed early last night and woke up to the glorious news.
If
and I
Joe
love it.
wins, he won't know until the next morning because they've put that baby to bed.
But yeah, it has to be a landslide, because it will tell everybody that's even on the fence, just like, oh, okay.
You know what I can't wait for? The first 50-state president.
I don't think it could happen.
You know what his
But
name
there's
is?
definitely. Yes. I was trying so hard just to keep it from him.
The People's Champ.
God,
The Brahma Bull.
we
The most
didn't
electrifying
have to bring
man.
him up this week.
The most electrifying man in all of politics.
We didn't have to bring him up.
The jabroni beating, pie eating, trailblazing, eyebrow raising. Take his foot off the brake, step on the gas. Always ready to whoop some politician's ass. The Rock.
God damn it! You didn't have to say it. You didn't have to.
All
you
day,
have to go
bro.
there. Did we ever?
What if he did?
Did we ever boost last week's show?
Dude, listen, I haven't stopped. I have not. Listen, I'm so far behind on promoting this.
I know.
But you know what the good thing is about it? We keep doing it.
Yeah, we keep doing it.
We're going to have a strong
Well,
backlog.
I think if we just don't touch it, and have this entire year as we've done a year without promoting it, and then go into 2021 with everything promoted, I think we'll do okay.
I think so too.
I think maybe we take that finger off that button. Maybe we don't
Don't promote.
promote.
Just,
Just
we
let
need
it
to
be
get
natural.
everything uploaded on Buzzsprout.
We do.
I'm putting
I was
that in
gonna
your
do that
hands.
tonight.
I'm putting
Yeah.
that in your hands.
I know. Gosh darn it! Can't believe you put
I'm
that ball
not.
in
I'm
my
not very
court.
stressed about it, but I'm putting that in your hands because I haven't done it either.
So, because it's Halloween, I did have one thing I wanted to bring up.
Did you watch Hubie Halloween?
What?
Hubie Halloween?
No.
Adam Sandler's Netflix movie.
No.
I mean, it's
It's an Adam Sandler movie.
horrendously, awfully funny.
Damn it.
If that makes sense.
It's an Adam Sandler movie. I don't hate
it is a
them
Adam
movies.
Sandler movie. Yeah, bro. It is like it's all of them. There's little what would you call it? Easter eggs.
Sure.
Little
Like
Like
references.
Yeah, little references from all the movies. What you can go and dig into this. I know you like to do this. Go dig into this. The Adam Sandler built multiverse.
No way. Why?
It's like O'Doyle's, and he brought back the Ben Stiller part from Happy Gilmore that opened the movie.
Yeah.
And he had, what's his name that in Billy Madison, where he calls him and says, "Hey man, sorry." I think it's Billy Madison, maybe Happy Gilmore. He calls him and he like has a hit list. What's that guy's name?
I have no idea.
Anyways, he's in the movie. He plays like a werewolf, but he actually plays a werewolf in another movie that Adam Sandler like helped produce.
I have no idea.
Dude, it goes deep. I read an article about it, and it was somebody breaking it down. It was pretty cool.
I don't know what this is, and I'm not excited to watch it.
Well, it's not bad. I don't like his voice. It's like a mixture of Little Nicky and Billy Madison.
Okay.
And all the female leads have a double V names, like Vicky Valentine, or so this one's also a double V.
Fair enough.
It's pretty good though. But it's
I don't do Adam Sandler movies very well.
It's worth it's worth a background play.
Okay, I can accept that.
Yeah, it's like.
But what I was trying to get at, Halloween.
Yeah.
I think we did this last year for 60 Minutes.
Okay.